Stock touched the lowest levels in 4 weeks last Friday as inflation fears took hold and a range of Chinese economic indicators pointed to a pullback. Hey everyone, Simon Says Money here. Welcome back to another video. Before we get into this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button because I want to help you make money and achieve financial freedom. So let's try to do that together. And without further ado, let's go ahead and begin the video. For the week, the S&P 500 slipped 0.6%, the Nasdaq Composite closed down 0.5%, and the Dow Jones average fell just 0.1%. The week drop in the Dow was the third in the row, which has not happened since September of 2020. The University of Michigan's preliminary sentiment index edged up a little bit. U.S. consumer sentiment rose slightly in early September, but remained close to a near-decade low, while buying conditions for household durables deteriorated to their worst since 1980 because of high prices. Meanwhile, the 10-year U.S. Treasury yield jumped to a 2-month high of 1.37 to 1.38% last week. The jittery mood was demonstrated by the $45 billion in capital outflows from money market funds, the largest outflow of the year. Let's talk about Biden's tax plan. House Democrats spelled out a series of proposal tax increases, attempting to piece together enough votes for a sweeping spending package at the heart of President Biden's economic agenda. Under the proposal, the social safety net tax increases in enforcement would offset up to $3.5 trillion in spending on the social safety net like Medicare, childcare, and National Paid Leave Program. What is in the bill? The proposal would increase the top corporate rate to 26.5% from 21%, the top individual rate to 39.6% from 37%, capital gains tax from 20 to 28.8%, and surtax on people making $5 million or more to 3%. According to the Joint Committee on Taxation, the plan includes about $1 trillion of tax increases on high-income households and about $1 trillion on corporations. Democrats intend to generate another $120 billion from tougher tax enforcement and $700 billion from drug pricing policy changes. The legislation also assumes another $600 billion in revenue from faster economic growth. Okay, last week, the biggest event was Apple's event. Looking to fuel growth this holiday season, Apple hosted its California Streaming Fall hardware event on Tuesday, where it's introduced its new iPhone 13 lineup, the Watch Series 7, and 2 iPad refreshes. Shares of Apple, as well as supplier stocks, dipped about 1% during the show. The lineup will consist of 4 models, 2 Base and 2 Pro, with the same sizes as last year's iPhone 12 family. Entry-level models include the 5.4-inch iPhone 13 mini at $699, 6.1-inch iPhone 13 at $799 with 128, 256, and 512 gigabyte storage, bigger battery, camera improvement, and faster A15 Bionic processor. There's also a 1 terabyte option at $1,499 and a 1 terabyte Pro Max at $1,599. For the iPad, the new base model is starting at $329 with the A13 Bionic processor, which is 3 times faster performance than the average Chromebook and 6 times faster than the best-selling Android tablet. There's also an iPad mini for $499. 5G support, new color options, rounded corners, better CPU, and screen size of 8.3 inches, going up from 7.9 inches. There's also this watch series starting at $399. For the display side, the small watch model will go from 40mm to 41mm, and the large watch model will go from 44 to 45mm. Apple's Fitness Plus is launching to more countries. This shows Apple is moving even more into the streaming media space that very well may be hardware supported. Before we see Apple cars, we are likely to see the Peloton competitor. Apple profits here from a strong ecosystem of users and well-designed health and fitness device with Apple Watch. Long term, I trust Apple to execute here much better than either Samsung, and Amazon. People would ask where the hyped up satellite iPhone 13 capability is. At Apple's event, they did not mention this. This led to Globalstar's share price tumbling from about $2.70 to $1.70. The rumors was that Globalstar would be the supplier to Apple for its satellite capability, but I believe that this is a question of when. Satellite capability will be coming soon for any phone, including iPhones. According to some data, almost half of the current iPhone users have older models such as the iPhone 7 and the iPhone SE. The replacement cycle is usually around 48 months. Some of them need an upgrade. This might be a few hundred million ready for an iPhone upgrade. Let's talk a bit about a new era of flight. The first all-civilian mission to orbit Earth blasted off last Wednesday. SpaceX powered the expedition known as Inspiration4 using one of its Dragon capsules atop a reusable Falcon 9 rocket. While the civilian mission is part of a charity initiative to raise money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, it's being sized up as a coming-of-age moment for a commercial space flights market which hopes to send many more people to space and even deeper into the solar system. Inspiration4 will be commanded by Shift4 Payments CEO and accomplished pilot Jared Isaacman. The crew of 4 spending 3 days in orbit and are performing a number of medical experiments like gathering data about their movement, sleep, heart rate, and rhythm, and blood oxygen saturation levels. So far, only 600 people have been to space in history. The latest endeavor, supported by SpaceX, will go well beyond the International Space Station at a height of 360 miles above Earth. In addition to Richard Branson's SPCE Virgin Galactic stock, here are several of the space companies like Redwire, AST Space Mobile, Astra, Spire Global, Momentus, Rocket Lab, Next Gen Acquisition, and Cathie Wood's ARC Space Exploration ETF. The funding of the industry from 2000 to 2018 will be roughly $22.6 billion in investment. In 2019, there were $6.5 billion of inflow, and 2020, $7.6 billion in investment. Elon Musk has said that Tesla shareholders will be the first to have access to SpaceX shares if he decides to go public with SpaceX. Another reason to own Tesla. Finally, I'm going to touch a bit about the Fed ethics review. The Federal Reserve announced plans to examine its ethics rules for financial holdings after 2 regional presidents came under fire for some of their recent transactions. Those dealings were widely panned for the potential conflict of interest at a time when the Fed is already in the spotlight over unprecedented pandemic market interventions that critics say that led to the elevated stock prices and benefited richer Americans. Fed Chairman Jay Powell has directed staff to take a fresh and comprehensive look at the rules to identify ways to tighten those standards and will make changes as appropriate to the Fed's Code of Conduct, said a spokesman from the central bank. That's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have fun, learn your investment, and I'll see you guys later.